I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with the EB5 program, so let's assume that you haven't heard of it, and let me give you like a brief overview. So the EB5 program is one of the oldest, actually in the world. It was first created in 1980s, and then the law itself appeared in 1990, so a little bit over 30 years ago. The purpose of the program was to spur economic development in the United States by attracting foreign investment. So the initial program objective was to attract foreign businessmen, foreign entrepreneurs who would decide to come to the United States, open their own companies, and invest the requisite amount. At that time, it was $500,000. And such business would create new jobs for American citizens, American residents, everyone who has a right to work in the United States. So pursuing these two goals, like attracting foreign money that would create jobs at no cost to US taxpayers, and then in return, those entrepreneurs would be eligible to become permanent residents. That was the initial idea the US Congress had in mind. It wasn't very successful in terms of the number of applicants who actually pursued the route of opening their own companies. And therefore, in 1992, the US government came up with a new policy, the addition to the program, which was called at that time the Regional Center Pilot Program, that also allowed a second route for foreign investors to receive their permanent green cards, which was to choose passive investment through a company called Regional Center. So today we will be speaking about the Regional Center version of EB5, simply because the 90% of applicants choose to go that route. It has a lot of benefits compared to opening your own business one, and not just the cost saving, but saving of your time and increasing your chances to get approved within the faster processing times. So the program requirements have changed in 2022 when the program underwent through the reform. And this reform increased the minimum investment amount from $500,000 to $800,000. That was the most noticeable change for prospective applicants. However, in addition to the price increase, the US government also added valuable benefits to the program itself. So investors were not just required to invest more money, but they received more benefits compared to what it was before. And let's actually look at those benefits that the program provides, because the essence of the program and its goals are very different from many of you are probably familiar with when you think about any of the European Golden Visa programs or the Caribbean programs. The majority of those are related to purchasing something in return for an immigration benefit, for a passport or for the permanent residency. The EB5 program is aimed at business and only business and job creation. There are like a lot of misconceptions about the EB5 program. Many people think that if they buy real estate in the United States for personal use, it would qualify them for the EB5 green card. Some people think that if they buy real estate, say it's not residential, it's a commercial real estate, and they will be renting it out, it would qualify them as a new business. In fact, it would not. Because again, the program requires the job creation component. Let's take a look at the EB5 process. So the EB5 process consists of two major sides. It's the immigration and the investment. If you remember, the program is for investors, right? So you obviously have an investment process associated with your immigration. And the investment process is something that we as a regional center are fully covering, and we will talk about it in the following slide.